Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is DISTI and in this fine opportunity I'd like to present my article through PowerPoint that I made with the title Developing Descriptive Vlog, Pekalongan the World Creative City as Teaching Media of 8th grade student in MTS atau Hidayah Watu Salam. The table of content itself can be seen in the PowerPoint. For Chapter 1, Background of the Study. English has an important role in educational field in Indonesia. It is shown by English that has been taught from elementary till high school level. In most every school in Indonesia, even a number of schools in Indonesia already use English as first language in formal or non-formal occasion. These ways in mastering English. One of them is through media, especially media can help students to learn English better. And one media can be used is a video. There is also a way in learning English while also learning student or culture. 2 or 3 island being exceeded, right? For the statement of the problem is, how is the need of developing descriptive vlog, Pekalongan the World Creative City as teaching media? For the objective of the study, to investigate the need of developing descriptive vlog, Pekalongan the World Creative City as teaching media. And for the significance of the student of the studies, theoretically, the process and result of this research can be useful for references to other researchers who want to be part for developing media and produce their own media that's similar with this research. Practically, for students, this research can increase student excitement because the media itself is more relatable to themselves. For English teacher, the result of this research can be applied as teaching material to teach English in writing or speaking context. And for Pekalongan government, this research can assist the government to preserve batik as a cultural heritage of Pekalongan. And for the pedagogically, the process and the result of this research can be useful for the teacher to expand the descriptive vlog media, especially in writing context. 3 previous studies used in this research, Guswar, Dwi Fajrin, and Mundriah Y. Pamungkas, the use of video as media in teaching writing descriptive text. For the second one, Ita Muftah Husaidah Rifai, Early Amalia Arnis, and Sibhatullah Mujadidi. The effectiveness of using video on student writing ability in teaching descriptive text. A case study at 10th grade of SMK Pasundan, 1 Kota Serang. And for the last one, Inayatul Ulia and Muhammad Fajrul Sidki, pengembangan module writing for professional context standar CFR berdasarkan karakteristik Pekalongan Kota Kreatif Dunia. Research methods used in this research are research and design by Pok and Kal. The subject for this research is the chosen student in MTS atau Hidayah in 8th grade. And for the measurement in this research used is Likert scale measurement. Chapter 4 consists of findings and discussion. Questionnaires were distributed to students in the 8th grade of MTS atau Hidayah Watu Salam on January the 19th, 2023. The number of respondents in the study amount 20 students. From the questionnaire distributed to the respondent, there are 10 questionnaires that are relevant to make the product for descriptive text material provided. From all the statements in the student questionnaire are described in down below. Research finding the existing condition of learning English for descriptive text through vlog. There are many reasons for the researcher to develop descriptive vlog Pekalongan the World Creative City as teaching learning media with a great proof, such as student lack of understanding about their own culture, the infrequent use of teaching learning media being made with it. With the finding, most students also state that picture or video is most of their preferred learning media as well as vlog become one of the things they like to watch. Besides the reason being said, students also need new media with more interesting things to relate to them and more modernly named vlog about their culture uploaded on YouTube. For all that being said, it is show how it is necessary for the student of the new media development, and also it can be an alternative and one of the options in learning English. In research and information collecting, there is 10 statements used in this research that I'd like to explain. 1. Or statement number 1. I know and understand Pekalongan's culture deeply. Based on the result of the data above, as many as 70% students disagree that they understand deeply about Pekalongan culture, while 10% of the students remain neutral and 20% students are agree that of the statement above. For the students who think they did not understand the Pekalongan's culture, the researcher can develop the descriptive text material using Pekalongan's culture as a media to make them understand better. Statement number 2. I often get English learning material with Pekalongan's culture as the media. Based on the result of the data above, it showed that the students rarely get English learning material with Pekalongan's culture as the media. It was shown with how 10% of the students were strongly disagree with the question, 16% of the students disagree, while 13% remaining students were neutral. With a high percentage of the students who often not get the English learning material with Pekalongan's culture, the researcher can develop the descriptive text material using Pekalongan's culture as a media to make them understand better about the culture while also learning English. And for the next statement, I know and understand the descriptive text material. Based on the statement above, as many as 10% of the students agreed that they were understand the descriptive text material, and the other 13% remain neutral, while 16% were disagree and they did not understand the descriptive text material. From this finding, the researcher can develop the descriptive text material using Pekalongan's culture as a media. For the next statement, I am motivated to study descriptive text. Based on the statement above, it shows the motivation that students had to learn descriptive text. It is shown that 15% of the students were strongly agrees and 16% of the students were agrees, while 25% of the students remain neutral. From this data, it can be concluded that all students were motivated to study descriptive text, so it's confused that the researcher to develop the descriptive text material using Pekalongan's culture as the media. For the next statement is I like study using picture and videos. Based on the statement above, it is trying to find out the interest of the student in using picture and video as their learning media. It is shown that 70% students were strongly agree, 20% strongly agree, while 10% took the neutral ground. This allowed the researcher to develop the descriptive text material using audio-visual as a media. And for the next statement, I like watching videos on YouTube. Based on the statement above, the students were shown highly interested in watching videos on YouTube, with percentage as shown 65% are strongly agrees and 25% was agree, while 10% remain neutral. It was trained the researcher to develop the descriptive text material using audio-visual as a media, which is uploaded in YouTube. Next statement is one of the video I watch on YouTube is a vlog. Based on the statement above, vlog was the one of the spectacle for majority of the students. It was showed with the 35% were strongly agree and 40% are agree, while 25% were neutral with the statement. It was trained the researcher to make the media learning English in the form of vlog. The next statement is I often use video as a media in learning English. Based on the statement above, the students were 10% strongly agreed and 14% are agreed of high intensity of using video in learning English, while 15% students were remain neutral. For those students who were strongly agreed and agree, the researcher would like the media in the form of YouTube, which can be used as an option for them in learning English for those who remain neutral. The researchers was interested in the video that the research is going to make could make those students use more video as their optional learning media. Next statement is I like learning descriptive text using YouTube. Based on the statement above, most students prefer learning descriptive text using YouTube with a percentage of 10% who strongly agree, 55% who were agree, while 35% remain neutral. It was concluded that this allowed the researcher to develop descriptive text material using audiovisual as a media which uploaded on YouTube. And then for the last statement, it is necessary to develop learning media in the descriptive text using YouTube. Based on the statement above, the demand of the student of the new media being met is in descriptive text using YouTube was in high rate. It was shown with the 45% of the students who were strongly agreed and 50% of the students who were agreed, while 5% remain neutral. This is best statement of the researcher developed descriptive vlog Pekalongan, the world creative series as teaching learning media. And for chapter 5, in consists of conclusion and suggestion. Based on the result of the research that has been done, it can be concluded that the developing descriptive vlog Pekalongan, the world creative series as teaching media was much needed to be met, which met student qualification through need analysis done by the researcher with the data from the finding above. It is also hoped that the media can be developed in the future for English teaching learning material. In addition, the media can be an alternative way of learning by including new elements, namely the culture of the student themselves, and that some other new media can be developed in the future for English teaching learning material. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.